Payroll had that issue where after a migration, all of those statuses that were moved over have that migrated tag on it, right? So what I just discovered is there's actually a really quick way that can reduce the amount of time it takes to go through and remove all of those migrated statuses. So wanted to share, this is on a demo site. This is not client data or anything like that. It is just something that I've spun up myself. So feel free to share this with your clients, or keep it as a reference for yourself whenever moving into the post-migration phase of a migration. So we have right here a issue or a work item that is in a status called in progress migrated. The stakeholder doesn't like that. The users don't like that. I don't like that. They want everything to be uniformed and under the same scheme. Understandably, I would want that as well. So what we can do is let's go into the workflow and let's take a look at it. So here's the workflow, pretty standard stuff. We obviously are wanting to change that. So if we go into edit workflow, we can discard the draft because that's not going to really matter here. What we would normally do is we would go in here, we would hit edit, and then begin the process of adding the real status, removing the old one, moving the transitions to the correct status as well. Not anymore. We can do this a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently. So if you look over here on the right, there's an area called Switch Editor. And if you click on that, it'll show an option to open the workflow in a new editor. I'm not sure how long this has been out, but it is incredibly helpful. So we'll look at, all right, so we got the status here. We could theoretically go in here, change the name to in progress, but the problem is that there's already a status that exists called in progress, and it already is in the status category of in progress. So we can't really do that. So instead of being able to going in here and just changing the name and everything's all great, we have to do a little bit more legwork, but it still saves so much more time than the old way. So what we'll do is we'll add the status of in progress. And whenever a new status is added to the workflow, it is automatically it has global transitions. And because the current one doesn't, we're going to remove that from there as well. And so all we have to do now is we just have to identify the transitions and just move it to the new status like so. Oh, there, looks like there's one more. Okay, and you could just delete that, and you are in progress has now taken the place of in progress migrated. And the cool thing is from here, if you are needing to conduct some new governance for your client where they are wanting to standardize everything, get everything on the same level, everything on the same wavelength, this is a great way for removing the ever so famous canceled with 2 L's and the canceled with 1 L statuses. Anything like that, getting, changing assigned to manager to waiting for approval, things like that can easily be done from here with just a few clicks of a mouse. Other cool things you can do with this is you can even change the status category of the entire status name, status itself. So you could change in progress to a done category. Wouldn't recommend that, but it is something you can do. It's a really cool bit of power that you can do as Jira admin, but with that comes a lot of responsibility of making sure that it's not just loosely thrown around. Transitions can be done differently. You can also go to properties, add properties, things of that nature, ops bar sequences, things of that nature you can add to this straight from this page, which is really, really cool. So let's go ahead and let's update the workflow. And right here, this is where you're going to map all of the issues that were in the previous status to your new one. So as you can see, we have in progress migrated to the new one in progress. And just to show you what it looks like, this is, I mean, it's pretty similar to the whenever you're trying to change the workflow or the work item into a new status. You can even add an exception here of overriding settings and projects and things like that. Again, with great power comes great responsibility. So use that sparingly and make sure you obviously have communicated with your stakeholders before doing something drastic, right? So we're going to remove that exception for now. We are just focusing on one project because this workflow is only used in one project. So we're going to update this. It's going to work its magic depending on how many things are actually in this project, which there's not many. We should be good. We're going to go back to close. We're going to close out of this and boom. It is now in progress. No more migrated tag, no more painstaking process of disassociating the workflow to add the new copy of the workflow to all of that junk. We were able to do this in less than 5 minutes. So great new stuff from the Allison team on making the workflow customization and things live and much more user friendly. So hope this was helpful and have a great day, guys.